The fact is, I've been trying hard most of my life to change. I also don't have to worry much about finance, but still I'm low self-esteem and feel like my life is out of control. I always feel like there are many things more I want to do, but as I yet can achieve them all, so I often feel like I'm not good enough and I can't enjoy my life and don't know how to come out of this attitude. The biggest killer amongst achievers is this limiting belief. And it's a limiting belief that's rooted in perceived lack of momentum. It is when you're perceiving that you are not generating momentum or your life isn't changing, that makes us stop doing the very process that can lead to change. Are you getting it, by the way? This is why most people never break through in this lifetime. Because truth is, some changes take years to really fathom and really see. Kind of like, planting a bamboo seed into the ground. You'll be watering that for about 3 years before it comes out of the earth. If you was just examining the result, which is no movement, it looks stagnant, even though you're watering it every day, giving it sunlight every day, you'll be thinking this isn't working. How many of you agree? But after 3 years, once it comes out the ground, within a few weeks, it goes 10 meters high. 10 meters high. So think about that. If you would have given up on first year, second year, third year, you would have never known or ever seen that quantum leap in terms of growth. So the point I'm trying to get across is this. If you want to be extraordinary in this game called life, it's about you realizing never judge a day by the harvest you reaped. Judge it based upon the seeds you've planted. Have you done the work today? Have you shown up enough today? And provided you have, one day you will see the result. That's the beautiful news. One day you will see the result. But to the extent that the more you need to see the result now, that's to the extent that you will give up right now. Because if you're unaware, most people have got a disease called mediocrity. This disease is so obvious in everybody's life if we just awaken to this disease. What does a disease in mediocrity really look like? The dabbler pattern. The pattern I used to run. How many of you know what I'm talking about by a dabbler? Dabble, dabble, let me start this project, let me start this course. Dabble, dabble, dabble. 1 foot in, 1 foot out syndrome. Always lacking commitment, never really trying something, always skeptical of everything, including themselves. Always talking themselves out of opportunities. Always never doing anything that resembles mastery, just dabbling. That's the disease. And it's a disease that has infected more lives and will kill more dreams and ambitions than failure ever will. So this dabbler mentality is what you're trying to overcome. Because on the flip side, there is a master's mentality. And there was a Harvard research done that showed your ability to forego instant gratification in favor of a long-term delayed result is the single greatest predictor of success in anyone's life. And we've all heard of the marshmallow experiment, where they put one child, literally sat him down and put a marshmallow in front of him. Sat another child down and put another marshmallow in front of him. And they measured to see how quickly the children would give in to that temptation of just eating that marshmallow. We've all heard of that experiment, right? And what they found is the child who delayed, didn't eat it straight away. When they followed up the study many years later, they were the most successful from the experiment. How many of you agree that sort of patience in this day and age, the day and age we're living in, of immediate gratification, immediate dopamine fix, right? Like a drug addict, is hard to come by. It's so hard to come by. Have you ever noticed we got like an attention span of a goldfish nowadays, right? So think about it, it's a dying art, meaning it's your greatest advantage. It's your greatest advantage. Why? Because if you choose to now display this when everyone else is not going to display it, you will see the results you want to see for your family and you. Making sense? Patience doesn't exist today. It's so, we feel like when the Zoom meeting is taking 5 seconds to load a little bit longer than usual, we're like, what's happening? Right? But how many remember back in like 10 years ago, we'd be lucky to load up anything that resembles a freaking meeting online. Do you remember transferring one image to a floppy disk took like a minute? Nowadays, we complain if the Netflix movie that's streaming like 1 terabyte doesn't load up instantly. We are truly infected with this disease. This is why this is our greatest opportunity to see the results that you want to see, because everybody's going to give up. Do you see how the barrier to success nowadays is so low? Because nobody's really trying. If you choose to not be infected with a disease, you get the results that very few people ever get. Listen, I am nothing special, by the way. The only thing you ever hear from my teachers is Tim just kind of continues when everyone's giving up. And it's true. I've never been intelligent. I've never been smart. I know I'm kind of putting myself down here, but I'll be honest. I was never the smart kid in school. I did terrible. I had freaking mental health issues. I had everything going against me. Everything. The only thing I had was I'm like a persistent mosquito, right? As in, I'm not going to give up. As in, I'm going to continue to move forwards. And that's my only advantage. That's literally. So if you can take away one thing is I'm not special. I'm just committed. That's it. That's all I can say to you. And in a lot of ways, that's good news for you, regardless of who you are. Just be more committed and you'll be amazed what begins to unfold in your life.